Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by Planet Home Lending.
Welcome to another edition of Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway, and this is created exclusively for Mortgage News Network. Last week we had some interesting things, tax proposals, a lot of movement in the marketplace, and this week is going to be even more exciting. We start off today with the personal consumption expenditure, an important read on inflation that the Fed takes a look at very closely. Probably not as good as the CPI, Consumer Price Index, but that PCE that the Fed likes will be influential on bonds because inflation is the archenemy of the bond market. So if inflation does show some signs, bonds will have a tough time with that. Now, we're going to get, of more importance, some jobs numbers through the course of the week. We're going to get the ADP number. We're going to get the big BLS number on Friday. And these numbers will be very influential because of late, mortgage bonds and the 10-year Treasury yield have been squeezed in a very tight range. That range can be broken to the upside by a pretty dramatic margin, but to the downside as well. So we're looking at probably an 1/8 to 1/4% swing in either direction from here, depending on these jobs numbers this week. So it's a week to be very, very cautious. Now, last week and the week before, we got just so much housing data, and just about all of it came in terrific. Pending home sales, which is signed contracts, second best number in 10 years on existing homes, and the new construction market, the existing home market, just all showing really strong signs. We talked about this last week, that this may be the ideal time to buy. Well, let's get that message out to individuals because the housing market right now is more than likely going to appreciate at a good clip over the next 3 months, probably the best 3 months it's going to have of the year. So the strong suggestion here is let's get those contracts in, get those individuals, get your realtors to get your customers to understand that they can do two important things: lock in a price before it moves up, and lock in a rate probably before it goes up as well if they waited a few months down the road, and complete that transaction over the summer. I know inventory levels are tight, but we really have to get those customers to understand. That's why we created within MBS Highway so many wonderful tools to articulate that opportunity. If you haven't seen them, you have to take a look at our buy versus rent tool and our forecasting and our report card and our appreciation, every market around the country. Just get on it and take a look. I think you'll see why it's helping a lot of individuals really become attached to their real estate agents as the mortgage person they need in this marketplace. All right, we're going to be talking to you next week, of course, with the report on how the jobs market came out, as well as the direction of rates. It's going to be very influential. I expect a lot of volatility this week, so hold on to your hats. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.
This is Mortgage News Network.